What's going on, mi gente? My name is Raziel Liz, and you're watching We Alive and Living. First off, let me start off by saying thank you for tuning into the channel. I'm Raziel Liz, and today is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I was talking about it with some associates yesterday. The subject I want to talk about is confidence versus cockiness. Confidence versus cockiness. It's easy to get confused. I have people that, including myself at times, it's times that it's a gray line. It's a very thin gray line that people can fall into and not be aware if they're portraying cockiness or confidence. And going into it, it's very easy to get confused, especially, let's say for example, especially like in the workplace or something you're doing. For example, let's break down the differences in both. Confidence is something you portray for yourself. It's not something you put out there to the world to show that you're better, to get any kind of approval, because you want to show people you can do it. Confidence, you're doing it for yourself. Now understand this, my friends, that anytime you're doing something, you have to go out and do it for you. Never go out there and do it for somebody else, because you're going to fall flat and you're not going to succeed because you're trying to be somebody you're not. Now, I understand when we're faced with situations and people might be playing around, or it could be a female you like, or you just don't want to be embarrassed, whatever the case may be. So you walk into a place and you want to show people you can do it. First of all, if you don't want to do what they're putting you up to the task, or if you're at a workplace, or whatever the case may be, if the situation calls for something you don't want to do, you don't have to act like you can do it just to prove something to somebody and go into it, that realm. You don't have to do that. So that's a different conversation, but I just want to put that out there. But with confidence, you're doing it for yourself. You're going into the game knowing that you can do this, and if you can't do this, you'll keep trying till you get it right. You'll go into it, whatever you need to learn, you're willing to learn it. Whatever you need to do, you're willing to do it. And no goal is too high. That's confidence. Confidence in believing in yourself to achieve whatever it is you put your mind to. You're not doing it for anybody. You're doing it solely for yourself. Now, cockiness. Cockiness, you're doing it for everybody else. You want that approval. You want that, hey man, you the man. You want that for some reason, or this individual, not you, but this individual that's showing the cockiness. Not only that, cockiness rubs people the wrong way. For example, I've seen situations in the workplace. I was having a conversation with some people at the workforce. I can't, for legal reasons, I can't talk about what company it was, because they bring public speakers in to talk to their employees privately. But I was speaking to a few employees at a workplace. And one thing that a lot of them brought into my attention is, this is how the conversation actually came up, was the confidence versus cockiness. And sometimes when they're trying to do something at a workplace, at the workforce, and they want a certain credibility from their boss or their management or their superiors, and want to do it in a way that doesn't come off like they're a-hole to everybody else. One individual was speaking on the fact of, how do you come across, do your job great, and you want the credit. Sometimes you might not, your boss or whoever it is, might not see that you're doing the job at hand. That might not see how good you're doing it. So when you try to speak out on it, hey, look what I did. Hey, look at me. I did this better than anybody else. I need my credit. You want all this approval, and then to everybody else, it looks like you're being cocky. Oh, look what I did, ha, I did it better than anybody else. You can't do this, you can't see me, I'm the best, nobody here can work better than me, I'm number one. Nobody wants to hear that, especially those that might not be doing as good as you. Let me break it down this. There's those that might not be doing as good as you, which doesn't make them bad employees, they're just not doing as good as you. There's those that, let's be honest, they might not care about the job as much as you do. They come in, they do their numbers, they get a check, and that's okay. Some people, a lot of people don't want to go to work. So a lot of people, they go into work because they're not lazy. They know they have to go to work, they have to pay their bills, they got to do what they got to do. So they'll go to work, do the numbers, leave. Clean, cut, and dry. There's no personal value to it, there's no attachment, there's no relationship between them and the job. So a person like that, They don't want to come in and hear you bragging about what you did and didn't do all day. They could care less. So I'm speaking to them and I'm telling them, okay, first of all, at the job, don't do that. Don't go into the job like, look what I did, look at it. If you want some attention from your boss, your superior, go to them and tell them, hey, I really, feel like I've been working hard. Talk to them privately. Go to them one-on-one. Hopefully you have a good boss that's willing to listen and willing to give you the attention you need as an employee, and you want to move on to the next step, to the next level. So you go to your boss and you tell them like, hey, tell them what you've been doing, tell them how you feel about it, and tell them, can they pay a little bit of attention to you? They're really busy, they got a lot of things going on, but can they pay a little bit of attention to you to see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, how you could correct it? And if everything you're doing is like you say, A1 is great, then good. They'll see it and they'll acknowledge it. A good boss will, at least. Now, if your boss is not acknowledging it, that is your problem right there. But a good boss, a good manager, will see what you're doing, and sometimes they're too busy so they can't pay attention, but if you bring it to their attention, they'll start paying attention to it. But at the same time, be careful how you go about it, because again, nobody likes the cockiness. Nobody like a butt kiss, I sort of say. So when you go to your boss and you brown nosing, they don't like that either. So be careful on that gray line. The brown nosing is a different conversation, but you get what I'm saying. Now, breaking both of them down for them. I said, when you're at work, confidence, there's a difference between the workforce with confidence and cockiness. Confidence will make you a leader. Not to everybody, but to some will make you a leader. So when you go in the job and you're confident about what you're doing, you're not trying to impress nobody, you're not trying to prove a point, all you're doing is going in, doing your job to the best of your best possible way you can do it, and you're doing it correct, and you're doing it for yourself because you want the job done, you care about it, and you're going about it the best way possible. You have no doubts that you can do it. You know what to do, it just gotta get done. So when you're doing it, you give it a little extra oomph. You put that extra you in it. That's confidence. That's showing people, well, not showing people, but that's giving off the energy that you know what you're doing. You're not looking over your shoulder, trying to see who's looking, trying to do it better because somebody's watching. You're just doing it for you because you want to be satisfied with what you did, and tomorrow get paid for it, achieve your goals within yourself, and just keep your job and keep it moving. And that's just what a job of anything you're doing. You want to do it for yourself. Now, anybody that it affects, that's good. People see you become, to a certain extent, I might be using the wrong terminology, but you become to a certain extent a role model. You could become a mentor. You could become just the go-to guy, which you gotta watch my video on not being the go-to guy, but I'm using it lightly in this term. Being the go-to guy in a sense of, if there's a new employee or if somebody's confused on what to do, your confidence lets them know they could come to you and talk to you about that. Their confidence in your confidence, in your confidence in being able to do the job, being able to go over there and handle your business 100%. Because they see you minding your business. They see you doing what you have to do, and you require the least supervision possible. Now, don't get me wrong, because you get supervised or you might need advice from your boss or something on how to do something, doesn't mean that you're not confident. So, you could be a confident person and just not know what you're doing yet. It's like walking into a room and somebody says, hey, put this table together, and there's no instructions. You're confident that you could put the table together. But if you don't have the tools, the knowledge, and whatever you need, the means to put it together, that has nothing to do with your confidence. You can't just whip up anything you want to do because you're confident in yourself. Now, a cocky person might walk in the room to the table with no instruction and say, I could do this, don't worry about it, and they might even put it together, it might be missing a few screws or mess it all up because they're cockiness. They didn't want to admit, hey, I need something to do this. I need the instructions. I need the tools. I need this. I can't do it because I don't have these things. That is not a sign of weakness. That is, not the cognitive part, but the needing things. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of not being confident. It's just a sign of being confident enough to acknowledge what's going on. Being confident enough to say, okay, I can do this. And I want to do it right. I'm going to need these things to get it started. Right? Now, let's talk about how confidence and cockiness can affect people around you, which we kind of touched on, but let's focus on it for a second. You walk in a room, or let's say better yet, let's say that, I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring up two situations and mesh them together. Somebody walks in a room, let's say it's a classroom. Put this up in the high school realm, for example. You walk in a room, a person walks in a classroom, and they sit down, new student, whatever the case is. Nobody has any feedback on them yet. They walk in, they seem pretty chill, pretty much in control. That's cool. You know, the jealous guys might not like him because he's cool. He got a little bit of swag, whatever they call it. The girls like him. I'm messing around, but you get what I'm saying. He or she sits down. Now, they might be pretty advanced in what they're doing. And they might be pretty advanced in that class. Let's say math or something like that. They might be advanced in it. So whatever questions the teacher may have, the professor, whatever questions, whatever the situation is in the classroom, they know the answers. I'm blanking out here. They know the answer. They know what they're doing. So every time the professor asks a question, they raise their hand. They say this. A confident person will raise their hand, answer the question, keep it moving. They know the answer to the question. So they answer it, they keep going. They answer it, keep going. Sometimes they might even go a little bit extra and explain how they came up with the answer. And people around go, it's pretty cool. He knows the answers. He knows what's going on. He or she might ask him, can he tutor me? It's cool. I like this person. I want to talk to them. You might talk to them later. Hey, what's your name? Not because they did something special. Just they gave us some good energy. They came into class. They did what they have to do. They didn't want to bother nobody. They came in with the confidence of knowing they came in for that reason. I'm going to this class to learn what I got to learn, do my numbers. If there's nothing to learn, if they know what they got to do all the way through and the class seems easy to them, that's cool. I got to go to this class. Let me finish this course and I'm out of here. If I meet a few good people, if I can help some people along the way, great. If I can't, no love lost. That's perfectly fine. Now, people will flock to that. It's the butterfly effect. People like going to that person. And it's not even about people coming to you. It's just about the energy in the room. Confidence is contagious. You help other people as well around you. People may ask, how are you so confident in this? And a lot of times, confidence comes from knowledge. Confidence comes from knowing and understanding something. If you're not sure about something, do your homework on it. You know, if you're not sure about how to go somewhere, if you got to go somewhere and you walk in the room and you're a little bit nervous, that's perfectly fine to be a little nervous. But there's another kind of confidence behind that nervousness. The confidence to challenge yourself. The confidence to go in the room and go, I'm a little nervous. I don't know nobody in here. I'm not sure if I know everything that's going on in this room, but you know what? I'm confident enough to know that I can walk in there, pay attention, grasp what's going on, and knock it down. And not be afraid to ask for assistance. Not be afraid to ask for help. And better yet, not be afraid to give out help if you're catching on more than anybody else. That's confidence in yourself. Confidence in not trying to please anybody. Same scenario with cockiness. Cockiness, the person walks in the room, I'm the big cheese. They sit down, throw their feet on the table. I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying. They walk in the room and they give off this stench. They give off this aura that it's like, what is wrong with you? Why are you even walking like that? You know, what's going on through this person's head right now? They sit down, teacher may ask a question. The answer's 1,225. Who don't know that? You ain't know that? You ain't know that? I'm too advanced for this class. And sometimes not even about what they're saying to show you they're cocky. Sometimes it's just the way they do it. 1,225. You know, personality. The way they act. I'm sorry, the word I'm looking for is personality and mannerisms. Being the way they act, the way they go about things, the way they slouch, the way they sit down. They can sit like this. You know, it's like if somebody's talking to you. Say your boss comes to you and he's talking to you about something. You know, your stance could give off that your confidence in what he's saying to you, whether it's good information or bad information about yourself or about the job or about what you're doing. The fact that you're confident, your boss knows he can just come to you, drill you down, give you what they gotta give you, or not even drill you, just speak to you, whether it's drilling you, talking to you, arguing with you, yelling at you, accusing you, whatever. Your stance can show him that you're like, okay, whatever it is, I'm gonna handle it, fix it, take it in, thank you, or accept the acknowledgement, whatever they're doing, whether it's good or bad, that you can handle it. You're confident. You're like, okay. Because whatever it is, you're either going to say thank you or you're going to say I'll fix it. That's it. There is no left or right. If they tell you did something wrong, have confidence to go, all right, no problem, I'm going to fix that. Or tell them the situation on why they feel like it's wrong and what went wrong with it. Just explain yourself and that's it. A cocky person, they stand already in the defense. Cockiness can also be a sign of weakness. They stand like this. You know, they're always mad. Or they put a certain stance or mannerism or whatever it is to deflect attention because they don't want people paying attention to them. They don't want people to look enough and see the flaw, even though there isn't one. Nobody is flawed. Everybody is perfect in their own way. Not perfect in the sense like everybody's perfect, but God created you the way you are, and you are who you are, and that's how you was meant to be, and embrace that. And that's what I mean by everybody's perfect in their own way. I don't mean perfect like everybody does everything right. I mean perfect like there is no error within you. The only error you have is the fact that you're doubting yourself. You know, if you walk in the room, somebody looks at you like they don't like you, then they don't like you. Have confidence enough to be okay with somebody not liking you. A lot of people don't like me, and on top of that, a lot of people do like me. I hope I'm confident enough to say more people like me than the people that don't like me. But I'm also confident enough to say those that don't like me, I'm sorry for whatever it is that you don't like. But at the end of the day, you don't pay my bills. You don't wash my clothes. I don't need you in to get on my life. So sayonara to them. It's perfectly fine to not be liked. And sometimes people might not like you because their cockiness is making them doubt what's going on. Sometimes it's not even cockiness, but their doubt within themselves is making them just not like you because of the aura, the strength you put out. And that's another tricky thing. The fact that confidence can also trigger somebody. And this is where they fight. This is why it's a versus. Confidence versus cockiness. A cocky person does not like the confident person. And the confident person could care less about the cocky person. I've been in rooms where I'm confident about something. It's like, okay, you know, I'm cool. I'm happy. I'm confident in who I am. I'm ready to do what we're doing here. And there's a cocky person in the room just looking at me like I'm crazy and staring me up and down and like I'm nuts. And I'm sitting there like, you okay? Something wrong with you? Do you need my help or anything? And there's nothing wrong between us. I didn't do nothing to this individual. They just don't like that. One, either the attention is not on them. Two, the fact of I have true confidence in what I'm doing and who I am, and they're acting like they have confidence, which comes off as cockiness. So that cockiness makes them uncomfortable. So at the end of the day, and I apologize for sometimes when I talk to you guys, I jump from situation to situation. The reason I do that, to be honest with you, is not that I don't know what I'm talking about or that, you know, I'm just all over the place. It's that I have so many scenarios I want to give you guys. And not only that, I'm not here to tell you guys how to do something. I'm not a professor, so to say. I'm here to just talk about things that I see in regular life, things that I talk to people about. I'll talk to people about certain things and they'll butterfly me into other people. They'll talk to, hey, this is the guy I spoke to you about. This is the guy. So, you know, it comes to the point where I'm like, you know what? I like the feeling of telling people what I'm thinking and they could take that and go somewhere else and use it. And if there's nothing I'm saying they can use, that's fine. Again, I'm confident in what I'm saying to help people. Now, what I say doesn't doesn't reflect to every single individual, but I hope it can touch as many people as possible. That's why I go so fast from different scenarios because I'm just trying to give people small pockets of information in the sense of confidence is one thing, cockiness is another. That's all we're here to talk. You hear that snoring? That's my dog in the background. I'm confident enough to know that my dog in the background is not going to bother this video. In fact, I like it. It's very relaxing to hear my dog snoring. When my dog snores in the background, I just feel confident. That's a sign of that he's happy. He's in a comfort zone. He's not uncomfortable. You get it. But hopefully what we talked about helps you guys out, or not even help you, just kind of give you a better insight. If there's a way to fluctuate the attention, if there's a way to really balance yourself and find out where you stand, or not only that, understand somebody else. And not only that, sometimes ask yourself if the person in the room, is he cocky or is he confident? And if you feel like he's cocky, is it your insecurities making you feel like he is? And he's really just genuinely a confident person? Be confident enough to not be the center of attention. Be confident enough to be sitting next to somebody and they might know a little bit more than you. That's fine. Hit the books harder, or just not even, it's not only about homework or school. Just go at what you're doing a little harder, but also be confident enough to ask this person, like, hey, maybe you can help me out with this question here. Or, how did you get to this? There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with seeking out information. Without information, we are lost. That's what makes us better. If you want to, for example, me talking into this camera, editing videos and knowing lighting and everything, I wanted to do that. I was confident that I could do it, but in the beginning I had no idea. My videos were grainy. I didn't know what was going on. I was confident that I can go out there and get the knowledge, go out there and do my homework, and go out there and get the tools I need to make this video look as clear and sound as good as possible. And it can still be better. I just have more to learn about it. So you kind of get it. Cocky person will be like, my videos are hot, put these lights up, let's do the thing, we ready to go. I don't need to hear nothing from nobody, and somebody tell them like, hey man, you could have done this, the vocals could have been a little better. Yeah, okay, man, I'm gonna see what's up. I know, I did like that on purpose because I was in a rush. Whatever, guy. But again, I'm Razi or Liz. Thank you for watching Me Alive and Living. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Click a little subscribe, click a little like, leave a little comment, do a little dance. And I'll see you next time.